Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs and welcome back to the Minecraft Survival Guide. I hope you guys are having a good day. For today's episode, we are going to take another look under the hood of Minecraft and do a little bit of stuff related to the metagame. We've done this before with stuff about resource packs and Optifine. We've done an episode on data packs recently, and today we're going to be looking at advancements. Advancements are typically an indication of the progression of Minecraft, specifically the stuff to do with Minecraft itself. The core progression is all here. Things to do with animal breeding, the nether, the end, and these adventure enchantments, which tend to be more like challenges and fun ways to use weapons and that kind of stuff. But I have now completed all of the advancements in Minecraft with the How Did We Get Here advancement. I have done everything that the game has in it by default. But that is not the end of the challenge, because we can now look into making custom advancements for the series, something that I would really like to do and get the viewers of this series involved with. You can set challenges for me to complete this way, and we're going to go into exactly how in just a few seconds' time. But I think this is a really good thing to explore for people who like to have a progression to the game, who aren't just in it to build and explore and that kind of thing. People who like to have set goals that they can actually, receive achievements for and that kind of thing. That's really what the advancement system exists for in Java Minecraft, at least, and I think it's really cool that we can set up custom advancements for players to use either in single-player worlds or in servers to keep things interesting. So my goal for this episode is to show you how to set up a custom advancement. We're going to go through an example. We're going to set the advancement up ourselves using an external tool, a website that a member of the Minecraft community has put together. We're going to complete that advancement in-game, and then I'm going to throw it to you. I'm going to ask you folks to suggest challenges and advancements that I could complete as part of this series in the comments of this episode. And then we're going to compile that into an advancement pack that Java Minecraft players can download, import into their own worlds, and do the survival guide set of advancement challenges. This could be just the first iteration of a few of them if we end up doing more of these in future, but I think it'd be really cool if we can just take a couple of episodes here and there to go and do advancements and challenges set by members of the community. And this first advancement is actually a challenge that was set a long time ago by a friend of mine on the Decidedly Vanilla multiplayer server. A guy called the Mythical Sausage, who has his own YouTube channel. I will link that in the description. He's a very cool guy, very talented builder. He suggested at one point that there should be an advancement for hitting a ghast or maybe killing a ghast with a trident. And he suggested that that advancement would be really funny if it was called Toasted Marshmallow, because you've just speared this giant white marshmallowy looking thing with a fork. I thought that was a fantastic idea, so at the time, I looked into creating a custom advancement pack for the server, and while we didn't think of all that many advancements to put together, I've had that in mind for a while, and I kind of wanted to do it here in the survival guide. So we're going to hop out of Minecraft for a bit. We're going to go to this website. I will give you links to that, of course, in the description, and we're going to put together an advancement all of our own. So here we are in the Destructions Advancement Generator. The URL for it will be on the screen. It's going to be in the description as well. The one thing you need to keep in mind is that the Destruction spells their name with a 7 and a 0 towards the end, but that should direct you to this website where you can find a really comprehensive advancement generator. Now, it is possible to put these things together yourself using JSON code, and if you look at Vue.json here, this is the kind of thing it looks like. So if you're used to working in an environment like this, if you have some familiarity with code and stuff, then feel free to edit these files yourself like that, because that's going to be a little bit more familiar for you. For the rest of us, however, the folks who are not familiar with coding, you're probably going to have a harder time with this sort of stuff, so it helps to have a visual interface for that, and that's what this website beautifully provides. So we're going to set up our own custom advancements today, and the first one we're going to add to that is going to be the Toasted Marshmallow advancement, but from there I can customize that and add to it until we end up with a whole litany of advancements that we can add to the Minecraft Survival Guide world, and I'll make them available for you folks to download yourself. What we need to start off with is our root advancement, and that is effectively the category that these advancements will appear under when you look at the Advancements tab. Right now, there are 5 categories, which are Minecraft, the Nether, the End, Adventure, and Husbandry. We're going to set up a 6th one that is going to be called Survival Guide, and from here we can do that. So it will start off with this root advancement. You're unable to delete this. This is the crucial bit that starts off the advancement tree. We're going to click on root advancement options here, and it says the namespace is called Adventure. feature, but we don't need to worry too much about that right now. We can close that off. Instead, we're going to open up display here, and the title is currently just advancement. So we want to edit that. We'll open this up and we'll call it survival guide, like so. We can change a color for this. We can set it to any of the colors Minecraft provides. I'm going to make it a nice solid aqua. I want that to stand out, and it's going to be a really nice bright blue. We can also choose to make it bold, italic, underlined, basically all of the text options that you have here in Minecraft. I'm probably just going to make it bold for now. We'll close that off. Next, we can add a description. Like when you hover over the Minecraft icon in the Minecraft set of the advancements, it will say something along the lines of like the heart and story of the game. So in this case, we're going to edit the description and we are going to say custom advancements. Maybe with an exclamation mark at the end to show that we mean it, and that's going to be, let's say we'll call that green. So this is going to be very, very bright and colorful, but there we go. You can also change the icon that appears here, and it's also going to be the icon that appears in the tab for these advancements. So let's make that my favorite block in all of Minecraft, emerald ore. That will definitely make sure that that is marked as our own. Now, scrolling down the page here, I'm actually going to remove the show toast and announce to chat options, because when you start one of the advancement trees in Minecraft, it doesn't always say, you've started the husbandry tab or anything like that, and that's what those do. Those will show the message that pops up in the top right-hand corner and the chat message that says, you have achieved this, and I don't want those to pop up for the root advancement here, so we're going to uncheck them. We need to add some criteria for this one, though, and what we're going to do is have this advancement tree start when the player picks up a block of emerald ore. So when you're starting this pack at home, once we end up putting the whole pack together, you're going to need to mine a piece of emerald ore with silk touch, or if you've already got some silk touch emerald ore, you'll need to pick one out of a chest and put it in your inventory to activate this advancement tree. And I kind of like that as a feature. So we're going to add that in here. We'll need to add a criteria trigger. And this is where we get to look at all of the different stuff that you can set up for these advancements. So you could get an advancement for example, enchanting an item. You could have it triggered by an item's durability changing. So when you pass the halfway point, say, on a diamond pickaxe, then you would get an advancement to say you're halfway there or something like that. What we're going to be looking at later is for when a player hurts an entity or kills an entity, because those are the triggers we're going to use when we're attacking a ghast with a trident. But in this case, we want to set it up so that an emerald ore block appears in the player's inventory. We're going to set that to inventory changed. And from here, we will need to set up a couple of criteria triggers. Here, we have items, and this is the list of items in the player's inventory. So if we add something to this, we can say emerald ore. Let's open this up. Yep, there we go. We can have emerald ore there, and change the value to 1. So once we have 1 emerald ore in our inventory, that meets the criteria for the advancement, and the advancement is triggered, or in this case, the advancement category gets started. We can scroll down here, hit close, and give this criteria a name. So we're just going to name that start, like so. Ignore this error message, it seems to come up regardless of what you type, don't worry about it. And of course, you could always set an early reward if you want to, say, give the player 10 experience for starting this advancement category. But we're going to leave that at 0 for now, because I don't feel like we really need to reward ourselves with experience for picking up emerald ore. You could exploit that quite easily if you wanted to. So now once we've scrolled up back to the top of the page, you will see that our root advancement is here. It says criteria 1, there are no rewards, and we can start setting up advancements inside of here. What we're going to do is click Add Child, and that will start our first advancement that we can get on this survival guide custom advancements tree. And we could maybe subdivide these into additional categories later, so it would open up a category for more adventuring advancements and more, combat related stuff or resource gathering stuff. We could do a whole variety of things depending on the suggestions we get from you folks at home. But to start off with, we're going to stick to the advancement we plan to do today, which is the toasted marshmallow advancement. So once again, the meta pane will appear here. We can just leave that blank and focus on the display section here where it says title and description. So the title of this one is, of course, going to be Toasted Marshmallow. Once we've typed that in, we can select a color for it. I'm going to go with dark red for this one because it has to do with stuff in the nether, and we won't make this bold or italic or anything like that. We'll just close that. We're going to give a fairly plain description for each of these. So in this case, it's going to say, kill a ghast with a trident. like so, and then we can set a color for that, but I think I'll probably just leave that white. For the icon item here, let's have something that looks a little bit like a ghast. Of course, if I type ghast in here, we could have something like a ghast tier, or even a ghast spawn egg from the creative mode inventory if we wanted to, but I think we'll probably just have a snow block if we put that in there. I think that looks as much like a ghast as we're going to get here. It's not like I can have a little ghast floating in there as the icon, but I think a snow block will probably do. You can also change the frame around it, because there are 3 different types of frames that advancements normally have. There's the normal kind of squared box one, there is a challenge one that has these kind of spiky bits around the corner, and there is a goal advancement, which is the more rounded top and bottom side of things. And I think this is going to be a challenge. This obviously feels a little bit like one of those more challenging advancements, like shooting a bunch of stuff at once with a crossbow. This time we're going to allow the show toast and announce to chat, because we want that thing to pop up in the chat, and let's see what we can do with the criteria. Now, adding one of these, we're going to add ghast kill to that. And from here, we can add the criteria trigger player killed entity. There we go. So this triggers after a player is the source of a mob or another player being killed. So that sounds like the kind of thing we want to do. We want to edit the entity to make sure that it detects a ghast being killed. So let's click on that. Let's add the ghast. And now we get to edit a bunch of stuff about this ghast. Like, for example, if the ghast was 50 blocks away, for example, it checks if the player is within a number of blocks on all axes. And that is how you set up advancements like the sniper duel advancement that you get for shooting a skeleton from over 50 blocks away, that kind of thing. You could even set up effects, so if the player is invisible at the time, you could have, like, you know, a stealth kill achievement or something like that. We're going to leave those blank, and the location really doesn't matter. It can be in the overworld or the end, but once again, that's how you get advancements set up, like the one where you bring a ghast to the overworld and kill it. So if you set the location as being a specific biome or dimension, then, you know, you could get an achievement for bringing a ghast to the end if you wanted to. That would be ludicrously challenging though, so I don't think we'll be doing that one today. As you scroll down here, you'll see these entity flags, and each of these is a little bit more relevant to very specific circumstances, like whether or not something is on fire when it dies, whether or not there's a baby mob, like a baby zombie, for example, and these 3 are very much specific to players, whether they're sneaking, sprinting, or swimming. You'll also see this tab that says Edit Equipment, and of course you might think, well, I can put the trident stuff in here, but you don't want to do that because this is the entity's equipment, not the player's equipment. So effectively, if you were adding anything here, you would be expecting the ghast to hold a trident somehow. That's not what you want to do. So ignore the edit equipment section here and just hit close. And now we go to edit the killing blow section, and this is where we set up the parameters for exactly how we are going to kill the ghast. There's obviously a lot of checkboxes up here, and if the killing blow is an explosion, like if you blew up a ghast with TNT or something like that, then that would obviously be how this whole section works. But instead, we can go with is projectile, because we want this to be a thrown trident, and then we get to determine what the direct entity is that kills the ghast, in this case the trident that we're throwing, and the source entity, in this case the player. So we're going to click on this, edit the direct entity, and the trident is the one we want to choose from this drop down list. We don't need to edit anything about the NBT data, how far away it is, any effects and that kind of stuff. We can just hit close, and that should be enough. Now the source entity is going to be a player, so we can just write player in there. Once again, we don't want to add any, caveats in terms of distance or the effects that we've got on us, although that is where you might want to have if the player was affected by haste or, slowness or weakness or anything like that. You could also specify here if the player has to be wearing full diamond armor when they kill something, or if they have anything special in their offhand. If you wanted to, you could even set up something here where if you kill a ghast with a trident, but you have a looting sword in your offhand, and yes, you could set all of that stuff up using enchantments and so forth here, then it would be possible to set up an advancement for holding a looting sword in your offhand so that you're getting extra drops from the ghast kill, and that could be an element of it. But we're going to keep things simple here. Like I said, we're just going to close that off, and we can close the killing blow section, and now this criteria section is all set up. We don't need to add anything else to that. The requirements section down here is something we're going to ignore for now, but that's effectively how you set up cascading advancements, so how you set up a progression through the advancement data pack. When you start the natural progression of Minecraft and it says mine stone with a wooden pickaxe, you don't have the entire progression laid out for you right there. Once you've opened up some more of those advancements, you start to see what the next of objectives are popping up in that advancements tab, so they don't all just appear at once. But we're not going to worry about the requirements tab for now because we don't have any other advancements set up here. The only requirement is the root one, and that's naturally going to be the requirement here anyway. So we're going to open up the rewards, and we're going to award ourselves a small amount of experience. Let's say we just give ourselves 20 experience for now. That's not experience levels, that's just experience values. And I can't remember exactly how much 20 experience is, but it's not very much. It's like a level or two in the early stages. So I'm not going to be giving myself like hundreds and hundreds of levels here. If you want to go even deeper, you can also set this up so the reward unlocks a recipe in the recipe book or something from a loot table. But this is something that's a little bit more advanced for people, and that effectively allows you to reward players with items or recipes unlocking for completing advancements. We're not going to worry too much about any of that. We're just going to award ourselves experience. There's also the option to add a function here, so basically running a command in the background, but that also requires you to have functions present in the functions folder in your Minecraft World Saves folder, and that's not something we're going to worry about today either. But we have our criteria set up, we have our rewards set. Now all we should need to do is scroll down and click Download Advancement Data Pack. And by the way, this website is pretty clever, and if you've done anything wrong, it will still let you download the pack, but a message will pop up to say you haven't done something right. Like if you haven't filled in the name for something, or if the criteria hasn't been set properly, the website will notify you before you have to download the data pack. So we're just going to hit OK, because this one looks like it's going to be fine. And then we're going to open up our Minecraft saves folder, and we're going to go into the survival guide world save here. And you'll see there's a folder named advancements, but right now that's just got a bunch of JSON files in, and that's not where we want to save this. We actually want to save this in the data packs folder, where, as you'll see, we've already got our anti-enderman griefing folder. I've opened up the downloads folder in another tab of Explorer, and all we need to do is drag the adventure data pack here into data packs, and that will now load the advancement data pack into the Minecraft survival guide world when I load it up. So that should be all we need to do here at the Destructions website. Let's hop back into the Minecraft survival guide world and let's see if we can get our new custom advancement. Hey folks, welcome back. So I'm excited to try this out. Let's open up the Advancements tab first though, because as you can see, our Survival Guide Custom Advancements tab hasn't appeared here yet. We still have the ones for Minecraft, Husbandry, the End Adventure, the Nether. No custom Survival Guide advancements here quite yet. But if we head over to my storage area now, we can pick up our first block of emerald ore and start ourselves on this new custom adventure. So let's hop into here. I should have a few emerald ore blocks. Knowing me, I've got plenty of them stashed away in this chest. Yes, I do. I've got 25 there. Okay, let's drop one of those in here. And as you can see, no toast appears on the screen, nothing pops up in the chat, but if I hit the Advancements tab, it's added the Survival Guide, and it's bold, and it looks really, really cool in there. Now, if we open that up, you will see that it's already displaying Toasted Marshmallow as an advancement that we can get. We get the pop up there, kill a ghast with a trident. Let's grab a trident out of my backup gear chest, and let's see if we can get one of them. Now, we'll probably need to use a trident with loyalty. Let's bring Stormbringer along for the ride. Of course, if I pop the emerald ore back in here, that advancement is already unlocked now, so it's not going to just disappear when I put the emerald ore away. So it's time to go to the Nether and find ourselves a ghast. And if it's anything like the work I've been doing on the Nether hub, a ghast is going to show up basically as soon as I get into the Nether, knowing my luck anyway. Here we go, let's wander out into the Nether. The Nether hub is looking really great, by the way. I've added a few more custom biomes to it lately, including a mesa with a glass river down there and a little mine shaft peeking out of the outside of the desert, and the I think the river biome over here is the newest one. Let's see. Yeah, this is just a fairly simple representation of a river biome, a nice, blue concrete bottom to the river with blue glass over the top of it. I think that looks really nice. But we're not here to admire the artistry on display here. We are going to find ourselves a ghast. If I just step out of the Nether hub, we've got zombie pigmen all around us. A ghast must be around here somewhere. I usually start hearing them in the distance within a couple of seconds anyway, so maybe I'll just fly around for a little bit until I spot one. This is unusually quiet in the Nether today for some reason. There we go, I started hearing a couple. Oh, and there's one. All right, let's see if we can get this guy. We are going to have to probably bat away a couple of projectiles here, but that shouldn't be a problem. Need to get nice and close and personal, and luckily I've got my loyalty trident, so I should just be able to throw that a couple of times. And remember, it's a kill that we're trying to get here, not a simple damage. So, oh dear, it looks like we actually shot the projectile right back at that ghast and ended up getting a return to sender. So this is going to be slightly more tricky than I thought. In fact, why don't we even come out here to my old ghast hunting ground? And yep, there you go. As soon as I get close to the portal that we originally pulled the ghast through into the overworld, I start to hear their noises around me. Let's see if we can track this one down, and we might even be able to spear it from the air while flying, and that could even be part of an advancement if you wanted it to be. This one hasn't even spotted me, it seems like. There we go, yes! Hey! Before it got a chance to throw a fireball at us, we got the challenge completed. And because it's a challenge advancement, it automatically makes that challenge completed sound. It gives you the experience, and it awards you with a little fanfare of sorts. There you go. And now when we open up the advancements here, that is completed. We've killed a ghast with a trident. So thank you, Mythical Sausage, for suggesting that way back when. I thought that was a really cool challenge to kick off our custom advancements here. And now, folks, it's over to you. If you think there's something we could do as a challenge in this series, then let me know. Of course, I'm going to be picking my favorites here, and I'm not going to be doing anything that's, like, ludicrously hard. I think doing something like mining 10,000 obsidian, for example, might just get a little bit too grindy. So I don't know if I want to do anything like that, but I'm sure you folks can be more inventive. And there is going to be a limit on what the advancement generator can do, but it'll surprise you. There are some really interesting ways we can trigger some stuff, and you can always go to the Minecraft wiki to check out the advancements page, or check out the advancement generator itself to try out a few advancements and see what's possible. But I trust you guys to come up with some really interesting challenges for the series, and I hope you will rise to that. Leave them in the comments and let me know what you would like me to do as part of the Minecraft Survival Guide Custom Advancement Pack. But that is going to be it for this episode of the Minecraft Survival Guide, folks. Thank you so much for watching. My name has been Pixlriffs. Don't forget to leave a like on this episode if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.